Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today, I got my good buddy Billy Bohab with me,
What's going on?
and we're going to be reviewing the Sewer Surfer Mikey from Super 7. So, Billy, tell me a little bit why you wanted this figure.
Well, I have the original, and I definitely wanted the Super 7 one because I just love Michelangelo and surfing.
So, it's a great combination of two things that you love because Mikey's your favorite, right?
He is. Mike.
So, that's really cool. I'm really excited to be getting into this review. It looks like you got a lot of really cool things that come with them. So, with that being said, first off, I want to thank everybody who is subscribed. You're very much appreciated and what have you. And for anybody who watches this video and like it and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and also check out my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle playlist. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. So first off, you have the seal here, which I like. Now this outer shell, there isn't really a whole lot to it. You got green here. Got your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo there. More green. Bring it around this way, and you have the Ultimates. So let's get it out of the sleeve. And ta-da! All right. So here's the front. So you got like this brick style to it. You have this big open window so you can see the figure, all his accessories, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sewer Surfing Mike. You got this side here. So you got some brickwork going on here as well as a little bit of an opening there. Spinning around here. You got more of that brickwork with graffiti and such. Then you have a little bit about the figure, Super 7, Nickelodeon. This side's basically the same as the other side. The top has your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. And then underneath you got your legal and skew. So with all that being said, let's open them up and see what he's about. Okay, so here he is out of packaging. I love the overall look of him. I like the bright colors. It definitely gives him that, playing around on the beach kind of look. There's a lot of really cool details to this figure. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the rotation. Now, first off, I like all this detailing on his arm. I like this little crab here. That looks really cool. Same with how he has a little shark here. He also has some seaweed. You lift this arm up. Same with this leg here. You get a little crab. And you also get like a little octopus stuck onto the shoe. Well, actually flipper. So I do like that. You get all these little odds and ends on his belt as well. Spinning it around to the back. The detailing is really nice with this as well. So you get the zipper going down the back of his swimsuit. You get a couple of shells, a little bit more seaweed. So I like the detailing and all that with that. And it's the same with this side to where he has this little watch here. And then he has a shark sitting there as well. And on this leg, as you can see, there's like that looks like an eel. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. He has like a really neat facial expression. I do like that. It's just fun. It goes with the fun to this whole character. The same with how his belt is. He has a little shark here. He has an official turtle brand logo there. I know that's a spoof off of a famous swimwear brand. I forget the name of it that makes like wetsuits and stuff, but I have seen a similar logo like that for swimwear. So with that being said, everything looks really cool with him. So now we're going to get into his points of articulation. So first off, his head does move. All right, no issues there. He has a shoulder joint, a little tight, but it does move with a swivel. You got an elbow joint and a wrist joint. Now, he doesn't have any kind of torso joints or nothing like that, just because of the fact of how the shell is designed. So you don't get any body movement. So we're going to go to the legs. All right. So you obviously have a thigh joint. All right. A knee joint. and you do have an ankle joint. And everything works pretty well on him. Like I said, the shoulder joint's a little bit tight, but that's nothing that can't be fixed with a little hot water if you really need to. So now let's start looking at his accessories. So first off, he comes with an alternate head, which is just him smiling. I kind of like this head. It looks really cool. He comes with a couple different hands. So he has this open hand here, and another open hand. All right. Looks like he has two more holding hands. So that looks like a type of holding hand. All right. As well as this one. All right. After that, you got two closed fists. All right. This one as well. He has a couple of these. I believe they're like turtle bombs. I'm not exactly sure what they are. So you have an orange one, or orange and yellow. You got a blue and yellow. All right. And then you got a red and blue. All right. Next up, he has a crab that comes with him. All right. Cute little guy. He has two throwing stars. So he has this one here. And then this one there. All right. Next off, he has a pair of glasses. Because you know you can't be surfing without some cool shades. So he has those as well. He has two nunchucks. So he has this one here. Now this is a soft rubber, which is nice. So it does give it some flexibility. All right. Opposed to using like really brittle plastic chains. Same with this one here. All right. He also comes with a surfboard. All right. So you can't have nothing Ninja Turtles, at least from the 90s, without at least having Cowabunga somewhere. Looks like it has two nice spot pegs here for his feet. And it comes with the attachment for his leg. All right. And then last but not least, he has a sprue. Sorry about that. With all the same exact accessories, but in orange. Now, for any of us who remember the old turtle toys, their weapons all came in on a sprue, and they were all the same color. So this is a homage to the original toys. All right, so I'm not going to take this off of here, but it's pretty much the same thing as everything you got there. The only real difference is the tow cable for the surfboard. So if you look at this one, you can see there's a lot more stuff on it. There's like, you know, all this mess connected to it. There's a fishing hook. So I guess on the original one, that's how it hooked onto the board. So instead of redoing this, they just went with a cord, I guess just to make it a little bit easier. And if you see on this one, it just clamps, where the other one actually buckles up. So that's basically all your differences. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. So now let's start looking at some of this stuff with him. So first off, let's put the sunglasses on him because he's Mikey and he has to look cool. All right. All right. So the sunglasses do sit on him. They look cool. They don't sit super tight. You know, they're a little floppy, but if you're just going to display them, they work fine with them. No issues. All right. Next up, let's try these chucks. Now they are a soft rubber, so they should just fit in his hands pretty easily. You would think. Let's try this side. Get that in there. All right, so there we go. We got the one nunchuck. It fit. Let's try the other one. So actually, this was kind of smart by Super 7 to make these really soft. It makes it so they just kind of drift in there a little bit. You know, you do got to work it a little bit, but now normally with some toy companies, they actually make the fingers movable. So that makes it easier to get like handles and stuff in there. But they decided to go the other direction and actually make the chucks soft. So as you see, they fit into both hands. I had like little to no effort to put them in. All right, pull those out. And see, they just pop right on out. No issues. All right. Boom. Next, you got these stars. They could probably just clip in here in between the thumb and the finger. Yeah. So the star fits in there really nice. No issues. I'm going to try the other star with this other hand. All right. So as you can see, that star fits in just as well. All right. Now it looks like these spots in the back were actually made for these. So you can hook those in there just like that. All right. It don't sit very well. You could maybe even get the nunchucks back there too. Let's see if we can get one of these chucks in there because this is also soft plastic. Yeah. So if you want to do the chucks in here, get that other end in there. So as you can see, those fit in there. I don't have them perfect in there just because it might take an extra couple of minutes to wiggle them in there. But you can get them in there. Once again, I'm liking this soft plastic, rubbery plastic because it makes it easy to work with them and you're not sitting there cringing thinking, oh man, it's just going to break on me. No, it's a soft rubbery plastic, so it's meant to move. With the original line, you did have problems with like them using like harder plastics, especially with Mikey, the original Michelangelo figure. The nunchucks were like this plastic that you were eventually going to break the chains on them. So I like how they did that. And let's just get one of these in his hand. Okay, yeah. So see, he can also hold these as well. No issues with any of that. All right. Next is the surfboard. Got holes in the bottom of his feet. That just plugs in there. Hold on. Let's plug this other foot in. Maybe. Hold on. All right, so this one's not so much that it doesn't want to go in the hole. It's just lining it up. All right, so there we go. Both feet line up. Let's get our little catch here. And it looks like this, too, they made a soft rubber, which is really nice. So that just goes around and it latches up. So that works pretty well. If you want to balance them out a little bit, you could get them posed with that and everything. So all his accessories work pretty well with them. So now let's start getting into the hands. All right. That pulled off pretty well. No inconvenience. And that popped right in. So the hand swapped out pretty well. Let's do the other side. All right. So the hands swap out very well. I could probably just randomly go through all of them with no issues. The weapons will fit in there just as fine. Matter of fact, here, we'll put one of these chucks in here just to make sure that it works with this hand. But I have little to no doubt that it will. Boom. All right, so the chucks go into the extra hands. All right, and I always like to save the best for last, the head sculpts. All right. That popped off pretty easily. Alternate head. All right, and that one's on. So all the heads swap out pretty good. The hand swapped out. The accessories swapped out. So I have no issues with this figure. All right, so my final thoughts on this figure is I would recommend this figure for anybody who's a collector. He does have a lot of bright colors to him. He has a lot of pop, which I like. A lot of his joints work very well. I have no issues with them. The shoulder seemed a little bit tight, but nothing that you can't work out with a little bit of hot water. I do like the factor that they use a soft rubber for his nunchucks. I think that works very well with them. Like I said earlier, the original toys, they were very stiff, and after you played with them for a little bit, they did break. We all had that problem with his nunchucks, so that is a nice addition. I really like that soft rubber for his chucks. All his other accessories fit fine with him. I had no issues with any of his accessories. His hands and even his head swapped out very well. I had no problem swapping out any of that. So overall, I like the figure. I would recommend him. What do you think, Bill?
Definitely recommend him too. I've been wanting this one for a while, and now I have him. I think he's going to look amazing when I display him with my original.
So, with that being said, we hope both Billy and I do recommend this figure. We both don't have any issues with them. So, with that being said, I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, go ahead and check out my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So, until the next one, late. Alrighty then. That's the end.